GLHF, we're gonna be heading into game number 4 already. It's coming quite fast, but that's how we like it. As we are gonna be looking at Anatolia as the second home map for Hagrit. Well, he's probably gonna be hoping that the water is gonna be as easy for him as it was in the first attempt. He's gonna be playing Zeus, and right now he's gonna be set for Shelty yet again, so basically the same as in the last one. But yeah, nice piggies right off the bat for Shelty, so that's gonna be a pretty good start for him. Especially considering that the gold mine on the left is not really that bad. And Jean-Michel Analyst, yeah, you definitely can pick randoms. They can pick even random all. They can pick even, for example, what they can pick, Acropolis, Jotunheim. They can pick whatever they want, besides the weird maps like Nomad or other maps with different wing conditions. King of the Hill and such is not really available, sudden death either. So we are looking at Shelty moving around and trying to scout his opponent quite early. And he might be trying to do that to basically steal the piggies. Well, well, that's horrible. That's bad for Hagrid, because you can see this is just all the way to the side. He probably doesn't even know that he's having this. The piggies right next to it, as opposed to actually Shelty, who is having right next to them, or rather them right next to his home base. It's kind of unfortunate, especially considering that both the goals for him are quite safe-ish, and the one on the left is quite nicely positioned in there, and of course... Oh, let's look at the TCs though. That's kind of where it starts getting funny for Shelty. This is a front TC, and it's cut off completely of him by this tree line. And looky, it's the same here at the bottom. So both are absolutely horrible for Shelty. So even though he's having the piggies and the gold in there, the TCs are going to be making up for it quite significantly, because they are basically both in little groves, open only to Hagrid. So potentially Hagrid can be really going for them, and right now Shelty is seeing the reality of his sad situation as far as TCs goes. Rather go, so yeah, not really that great for him, absolutely great of course for Hagrid, because through, for example, capturing this TC, he's gonna get also those 2 gold mines, and that's a pretty big lottery win on Anatolia, because Anatolia usually has the golds in a way that your TCs don't actually cover them. So good map actually for Hagrid in the end, even though this is a bit of a sucky situation for him. I think I would change it for this types of TCs for the opponent and the gold as well, anytime, any day of the week. So apparently they're going to be fighting on the same side of the water, both of them going for the right. So they are probably, both players are righties, and they are biased towards this side. Looks like there is going to be even a relic for better hero damage versus myth units. Well, it's not like we're gonna be seeing all that many myth units. Not many myth units from... how's it called? From set. Yeah, exactly right now. Please, you're going to be stealing the piggies. So that the economy is not that great for Hagrid, but it's not like it matters, because Hagrid wasn't really interested in them in the first place, and Hagrid apparently already from the very start is going to be coming for the other side of the water. So I'm not all that certain he's going to be putting his heart into the fight. He definitely should be. Because if he is, then Shelty will be forced to do so as well. And since we are on Titans, which means that dogs don't shoot, it's going to be a pretty fair fight. It's still going to be a pretty fair fight for him, even though Shelty is going to be spamming as many of them as possible. And well, there is no Poseidon on the other side, so he doesn't mind potential pestilence that would be coming into the middle and would be targeting all 3 of them. But yeah, that's not gonna be present. Another dog going to be coming from Hagrid on the left, so he's definitely aiming for full-on water control on the left, but apparently Shelty is going to be having a look in there as well. But yeah. Yeah. He's gonna be quite fine, I think, for Hagrid, because just 1 dog, probably gonna be coming some extras. So let's see who is going to be analyzing the situation better and will be fighting on the correct sides of the water map. So Piggy just looking at the desperate situation of the town centers for the blue player, discovering that it's really that bad. But he might be really wanting to keep shifting sands for stealing the TC, or rather taking the TC for himself, as it might be the easiest way for him to actually capture one of those. Otherwise, just sending the villages across the map, all around the forests and such, might be just a bit too risky. What might be just a bit too risky? Well, moving around, Moving around in here. Now the TC come in here, or rather dog come in here. Interesting. So Hagrid is basically preferring the first, or rather the left side, because he was building the second dog there sooner. Then on the right, he's going to be just basically coming for a bit of a fighting in there. Not going to be putting much of an importance on that. But of course right now Shelty knows. Hagrid just still doesn't know that there's going to be water from him. But right now, since the boar is actually going after the dog, I'm definitely expecting that he will be basically expecting by that, or rather from that, and divining from that, that Shelty is on the left side of the water as well. In the meantime, there are going to be advances into the next ages, of course. As the temples are down, we are at 530. They are definitely taking their sweet time advancing. Hagrid just now. And with 2 dogs, gonna be producing some triremes on both sides of the water. Having 2 dogs here still, as of course that is having also right now Ptach for Shelty, that definitely makes plenty of sense. And is it actually gonna be having some kind of thoughts of stealing the villages yet again from the opponent? I'm really kind of thinking that he should be keeping it this time around for taking one of the TCs, because it's really definitely gonna be always tricky. Even the Katascopos right now guarding this path inside the little grove. As we are looking at some first cabinets coming up. And Hagrid, well, he's actually not gonna be fighting for the right water, which is in line with what I actually thought. At the start, it really looked like that he's going to be preferring the left one, which he definitely is. So 1 trireme in there, Shelty fighting for both of these waters. And it will at least, I don't think that really Shelty can win it all that easily. Especially since Hagrid seems to be basically aiming at just one. Well, not really fully. But yeah, you can see that Shelty is investing into water economy quite a lot more. It's at least gonna result into Hagrid not being able to push forward in this side of the water, which is gonna work for Shelty very well, because he has already pushed him off the water altogether on the right, which is gonna result in pretty big boost in economy for him, and even potentially faster heroic. But apparently that's gonna be an idea from Hagrid as well. Let us see. Hagrid is almost there. We're gonna be advancing for some skills. For some skills and such. No, already even going for a bit of falling. Oh well. Somebody's thinking ahead in here. And basically thinking that the water is not going to be that much of an important fight for him as his fire is being cast. And the reason for that is because Hagrid basically needs to buy himself some time with the water economy. He just basically needs some extra food to advance into the next age, get himself properly ready. And that will mean that he will have all the time in the world, but of course his opponent is going to be having something similar. He does have armor as well, so he's going to be advancing not really that far behind. And even though we're probably, you can see already running away on the economy, that's because of some extra bows. On the civilians, it's basically the same. But on the foot, yeah, Shelty even... He's probably going to be advancing about here. This is probably going to be his advance somewhere. Yeah, these lines are not really all that reliable, all that much. But Hagrid, at about 7 minutes, or rather 7:50 minutes, still going to be like 30 seconds before he is into the next age. And thinking that Ancestors might be good enough even against skills, but also might not. It definitely depends how good economy is Hagrid gonna be having when he gets into heroic. So of course right now Hagrid is going to be losing the water in the meantime. As of the right, that was already lost. It was just a bit of a extra food income for him that he definitely needed in there. And otherwise, inside his base, just getting everything that he needs. Hefty is even faster right now for Shelty than for Hagrid. So yeah, right now Hagrid is gonna be in a pretty tough moment, and he is exactly shifting sand in, gonna be getting the settlement for him, a bit more difficult one, whereas the one on the left is gonna be a bit more openish. You can see it's not that covered. Not that covered, as one of the relics is gonna be coming for Hagrid. And that's actually which one? Well, we're gonna see pretty soon, I guess. We're gonna see pretty soon. Well, a bit of an attempt right now by Hagrid to actually stall it, but unfortunately not really successful, as it was just the poor Katascopos, and that was actually for faster Mythian training time. That's not a bad relic. Not a bad relic for a Greek, especially for a Zeus. That could be actually coming in handy. But yeah, well, let's see how it's gonna be working, because of course we should be seeing skills, yes we are, on the right, as he's going to be trying to push Shelty back. But with all those hammer ships right now, that's not gonna be that easy, because the hammer ships are pretty good against killers, as they are having just 40% armor against that, against those melee attacks, and ramming galleys are pretty good. Yep, even though they don't really have any kind of bonus against the mid units, just basically the attack type that they are having is working very well indeed, and that means that even the attempt at Hydras is just going to be, or rather, water Hydras, Killers, is probably going to be significantly backfiring, and with the huge investment into that, as far as gold goes especially, I'm kind of thinking that this might be a short game, because once he's gone out of the water, it's already looking like that Shelty will be ready to actually push forward with Ancestors into his base. You can see that Hagrit is absolutely not prepared for anything like that. He's just still fighting on the water, absolutely not ready for the land. Right now going to be moving at the back goal, which is also kind of sucky because of the berries in that he should have already gathered from. But he didn't, and the gold is gonna be in full control right now of Shelty, because even the one on the right, it's not really going to be free for Hagrid, and moving together with the villagers for the another TC in the front. So nicely played by Shelty. Nice idea by Hagrid, but unfortunately... Oh, well, right now going to be sending some extra boats in there to try to conquer this water as well. But the one on the right is definitely lost. There's not much of a chance that Hagrid is gonna be winning this, even with all the skills, because the reaction from Shelty was just a bit too quick, and even more than that, of course, the hammer ships, they are just the death. They are just the death of the enemy fleet and mythical units. So Shelty is right now at 3 TCs, controlling the middle, controlling tons of gold, going to be basically killing everything, dropping another Migdal right in Hagrid's face. And since Hagrid is probably, just now going to be having some first units, and they are going to be just plain Hippicons, that's just not gonna work out for him. Because we are just waiting for the Ancestors. There is not even, of course, ceasefire anymore, because it was used on the water to basically give himself some extra time and such. It's gonna be a GG, and Shelty is gonna be inching into the lead 3-1 on the second home map of Hagrid. So it's gonna be back to Shelty's home map. Well, that was a quick one, even though it was horrible as far as the TCs. Yeah. Well played by Shelty, well executed. And he did exactly what he had to. So going into the post game. Yeah, the faster heroic just wasn't fast enough. It just wasn't too good. Yep, that was the obvious investment, or rather difference, that Shelty was able to basically control both waters very well, whereas Hagrid just couldn't keep up on either, basically. Well, economy better for Shelty, and of course, he was winning even on the military. And the advance was just not fast enough for any kind of shenanigans with the skills. Yeah, the ceasefire probably should have come a lot sooner to give him better fish income, and that would have also resulted into faster heroic, like at least half a minute, I'm thinking. And maybe he could have had enough time in there, but still the hammer ships, they are just built so freaking fast, and they are pretty nicely killing all the skills. Well, can see just Shelty absolutely running away from Hagrid. Yeah, the latish advance definitely helped with the better economy for all of this. So it seems like that they have gone out, so okay, GG. Let's